Hey everybody, welcome back to the Ride with Lance, and today we have the Engwe L20 2.0 in black with this massive battery in the back. But we're going to go ahead and go over a few of the specs first, and then we'll take it out on the rider experience. The Engwe L20 2.0 comes with a 750 watt rear hub motor that peaks at 1125 watts with 75 Newton meters of torque. The max speed with throttle only is 28 miles an hour and 28 miles an hour with pedal assist, making this a Class 3 e-bike. The battery is a 52 volt, 13 amp hour lithium ion battery. Its estimated max range is 68 miles in PAS1. It comes with 20-inch wheels on 3-inch tires. It has mechanical front and rear disc brakes on 180 millimeter rotors. The Engwe L20 2.0 does come with front suspension. The transmission is a 7-speed Shimano with a thumb shifter and a turning derailleur and 5 levels of pedal assist. All right, now it is time for the rider experience. There we're gonna go. I think we're gonna cruise down our bike path here. Now right off the bat, this is a cadence sensor bike. And I probably have the seat a little too low, but I'll tell you why I have it lower in a few minutes. This is it's got a 750 watt motor. It does have some pretty good pickup. And like I said in the spec part, this will do 28 miles an hour on throttle only. And it will do 28 miles with pedal assist. But being a cadence sensor, all you really got to do is just slowly rotate your legs like I'm doing now, and it will get it there. So one of the first things I want to try to see, how is it pedaling without any assist? Well, I tell you, I'm going to put it in second gear. It feels like there is a little drag on the motor. Let me turn the motor off. Yeah, I mean, you can pedal it. You can pedal it slow if you ever run out of battery. It's doable, but there feels like there's just a little drag, like something is just holding you up a little. Now, I get that the same feeling on the Lectric XPeak. If I have the motor off and I'm trying to pedal it, it feels like there's just something, holding on the bike, keeping you from really going. But as soon as I turn the motor on, even in PAS0, it loosens up, like something's just, like a brake has just released inside the motor. I kind of get the same feeling with this. But let's go ahead and see if the PAS levels dictate your speed in each gear, in each PAS level. So we're in 1. I'm going to pedal. And we'll see if it tries to give us all the power. And it doesn't. I'm like at 8.5 miles an hour. Yep, put in PAS2. And it takes me to 13. So the PAS levels, when you pedal, dictate your speed. Some cadence sensor bikes, doesn't matter what PAS level you're in, it just wants to give you everything it's got right off the bat. But let's go down here to the level ground, and let's see if PAS levels with throttle only are also dictate the speed. So we'll go to PAS1, throttle only. Yep. Getting that same 8.5 miles an hour. We'll put in the PAS2 while holding the throttle wide open. You can hear it pick up. There you go, 13 miles an hour. So let's go ahead and do a speed run. Let's put it in PAS5, throttle only. Let's see what this actually can get up to. I got it up to 28 before. Let's see if it'll go a little more, because before I kind of ran out of road. I am going to actually turn around here, give me a little more running room in case it takes a little bit. I'll turn around here and I'll start here. Let's get it completely stopped. Okay, here we go. I don't know if you can see that screen, but I'll tell you what the top speed is. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And it takes off with a pretty good kick. We're at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.1, 29.4, held at 29.4. So yeah, this is like a little speed demon of a budget bike. Now this bike is only $799, so it is a budget bike. And what do you get for that budget? You get a 52 volt battery, 750 watt motor that will throttle you to 29.4 miles an hour. Now it might get you faster because I'm a 250 pound rider, 6 foot tall. So if you're lighter and shorter, less weight on the bike, less wind resistance when you're going. So you may get up there to 30, 31, 32 miles an hour. But now let's take a look at these brakes here. Now these are mechanical disc brakes. Not my favorite because they just do seem a little weaker than hydraulic brakes. So here you go, I'm going to try and stop. Yeah, see, I couldn't even lock it up. But let's see. You know, I stopped at that dirt spot in the road there, so you can see how far it took. But again, I'm a heavier rider. If you're a lighter rider, you'll stop quicker. But like I said, I'm not that fond of mechanical disc brakes just for that reason. Hey, Valley Water. All right, let's do some pedaling. Let's get into gear 7. Let's crank it down. Stay at a normal pace for this trail. Where should we go? Should we go up over the bridge? No, let's go under the bridge and around the lake. Now let's talk about rider comfort. Now I am 6 feet tall. And on this bike, I do feel a little tippy. That could also be because of the 20-inch wheels. And the battery is located in the middle of the bike. Usually it's on the down tube. So that might be playing a factor into it too. I mean, it's a much bigger, heavier battery being a 52 volt. But for shorter riders, it's probably not a problem. It's just something to be aware of if you are a taller 6 foot or more rider and you're looking at this bike. Now everything on it is adjustable. The handlebars will come up more if you need to. Of course the seat post will come up more. And it is a folding bike. Folds in half at the frame. The handlebars fold down and the seat actually folds up too, and the pedals fold in. So when it's folded up, it's a pretty small footprint. Now, there is one more concern that I do need to talk about. And this could be because I'm a heavier rider. But right now I am riding with the front fork locked out. And that's because when it's unlocked, let me put it this way though, when it's unlocked, the front fork works fine. The problem is if I do like a panic stop and those forks compress all the way down, the fender hits the frame. Now that's an issue I think Engwe is going to need to look at. Because I'm sure I am not the only one who that's happened to. But again, like I said, I am a bigger rider. And it could be just because of my weight and size. For a smaller, lighter rider, it may not be an issue at all. But that is also something to think about if you're a taller, heavier rider. Now, what are some of the things I do like about this bike? Well, I do like the 3-inch tires. I am becoming more and more fond of that size tire than the 4-inch fat tires on the big cruisers. I think they just offer you more road feel, they feel more secure on the turns, you know, because on a 4-inch fat tire, that tire is taking up more space on the ground. So theoretically, it's not putting as much pressure on the ground as, say, a 3-inch or 2-inch tire. But what I do like about the 4-inch tires is it makes it easy to go over terrain. Off-road terrain, you just got to be more careful in the turns unless you got more of a slick or road type tire. But most of the 4-inch fat tires, bikes come with knobby tires. This comes with knobby tires. Now, we're going to just go back and forth between likes and kind of dislikes, concerns. Now, what's my other little, not a concern, but kind of a dislike? The motor is pretty loud. I don't know if you can, well, there's a street sweeper going there. We'll go right past here and wait till we get past that. And these tractors over here on my right side. We'll go down this dirt path and see how it does how well it handles on the dirt, even though I have the front forks locked out. Okay, I'm gonna listen to see if you can hear the motor noise. Now the mic is on my chest. I'm not gonna lower it down, but here we go. Hear it? Now it's not so loud that I think it would scare anybody that you might be coming up behind on. But it is just that growl, that there are bikes out there that are a lot quieter, like the Lectric bikes with their M24 stealth motor. But in exchange, what I do like is it's got a lot more power. It's got pretty good pickup. This bike is not a slouch. You know, and I have the front forks locked up, and on this trail, it's doing pretty good. You know, it's not as shaky or jumpy, boom, 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 as I thought it would be with the front fork locked out. All right, let's get back here on the trail. Let's talk about the seat. Now, what I do like about this seat is that if you're going to use the folding up option on this. Say you have to put it in a car, you have to tuck it away in your apartment, that the seat actually folds up too. I showed you that in the specs. Just a lever in the back, you pull it and the thing folds up. Then when you put it down, it snaps back in place. I do like that. What I don't like is for a comfort seat, it's not very comfortable. It's pretty downright hard. Now, if you've got a smaller posterior, it may be perfectly fine for you. But I am guessing, just like with all bikes and e-bikes, that you are going to get the seat that you prefer. So I'm guessing that a lot of people, no matter what, will change the seat out to their preferred comfort seat, riding seat. Now, riding position for me, it seems to be fine. I'm not reaching far for the bars, and the bars are not too close to me. I am, like I said, I've got the seat lowered down because, like I said, with the tipping issue, or the tippy feeling issue that I had, for us taller riders, because I'm 6 foot, that if I put that up even higher, I'm going to feel even more tippy, wanting to tip back and forth. So I'm keeping it down, and because this is a cadence sensor, I'm not putting a whole lot of stress on my knees to ride. So I'm in a very comfortable, except for the feel of the seat, riding position. And it's actually doing pretty good on the dirt. I haven't feel the wheels slip or anything. And one other thing to note, it comes with a built-in bell. It's built into the brake lever over here on the left side. If you can see it. Let's turn around here. Let's go back this way. Let's do some throttle only. Now the derailleur on this is a turning derailleur, and it does an okay job. With a thumb shifter. Can't complain. I mean, that's part of the way they keep this a budget bike at $799. If you're interested in this, I will put a link in the description below. And it is a pretty good looking bike. I like this color. It's kind of like almost like a matte black finish, this onyx color. Yeah, this is a fun little bike just to weave in and out of turns like this. Okay, we are going to make a U-turn up here, and we're going to see how this does on hill climbing. I have a hill right over here that I've used before for testing. Straight ahead. So this hill right here starts out with just a slight incline, and then about halfway through it gets steeper, and I'll tell you when it gets steeper. Now this is not a time test, this is a test just to see if it'll make it up the hill first. In throttle only, PAS5. Here we go. $18 miles an hour, still picking up speed on this slight incline. 20, 21, 22. Right past this truck with the bikes on the back is where it starts to get steeper. You'll hear it back off and start to struggle. Okay, here we go for the steeper section of this hill. You hear the motor starting to struggle? Yeah. 21, 20. It's going to make it, but we'll see what the final speed right at the top is. 17 and a half. 16. 15.7. All right, so what should we test next? Well, I'm not going to really test this off-road, except for a dirt road like this, because I really don't consider this an off-road bike, even though it's got knobby tires. But if you're doing a little fire roading riding like this, that's fairly smooth, you're not going to have an issue. But I wouldn't take this on a more serious off-road trail. I don't think this bike is made for that. I think this bike is all made specifically, or not specifically, but made more towards being like a commuter bike. Like if you want to use this for work, you're going to be riding on the street mostly, maybe paved bike trail, stuff like that. All right, who do I think this bike is for? Well, I think it's those who are looking for a commuter bike, number one. Those who are needing a folding bike with the way this folds in half, the handlebars fold down, the pedals fold in, and the seat actually folds up. I think a lot of like RVers, people who live in smaller apartments or just don't have space, but only have a little space for something, I think this bike is going to be good for them. I also think it's a pretty decent bike for seniors. It's easy to get on. The power doesn't come on hard, it comes on smooth like you'd want it. Nothing jerky. So I think this is also one, the senior crowd will probably want to take a look at. And with this price point of $799, that is really hard to beat for what you're getting in this bike. But this is fun. This is just it's a fun little cruiser too. If you just want to do throttle only and just cruise through the turns. I feel a lot more confident going through sharper turns on pavement on this than I do on some of the bigger fat tire bikes like I was talking about earlier. It just feels like it grips a lot better. But that'd be because it's a shorter bike, smaller wheels, so on and so on. But wanted to get out here and review this bike for you guys. Like I said, there'll be a link in it in the description that will take you to the website, and you can check it out yourself. You can look at the different colors, you can look at all the exact specs, even the ones I probably didn't talk about here. But I've got the bike pointed towards home. So you'll have a great day, great ride, great week, and I will see you, big finger in the lens, on the next video. Bye.